I'd like to share with you this fairly new tool which is called Vizia. It hit my radar in June of this year when I was seeing all of these tweets coming out from the Vizia conference in the States. And a number of people were talking about this cool new video tool where you could be integrating quizzes and polls and collecting that data from those who view the video. And so straight away I thought, okay, this is something that could be a really useful tool that could be used by academics across a number of different discipline areas. So you'll see on the left-hand side of the screen Vizia, the URL in sort of the top left there. That's the direct URL to the website. It's actually has been developed by and hosted by a group of people who run a sort of an LMS system, web-based LMS system for teachers. So, but it looks like this is also a tool that the people that have designed this tool are actually also targeting the marketing sort of and advertising industries as well, which I find really interesting. So there'll be some interesting applications even for those academics who have who are teaching in marketing and advertising and so on. But there's lots of educational applications. And what's great about it is it's web-based in terms of developing your quizzes, and these can be embedded into websites and so on. So I'll just sort of show you the basics of this and give you some ideas of how I think it could be used by academics. The bottom left-hand corner, there's a URL to a Vizia tutorial that is actually produced by Vizia, which actually goes through the process. I think it goes for about, the video goes for about 3 minutes, but it gives you a demonstration. So for those who would like to get their hands on this and have a bit of a play, that's a good starting point. Okay, so I've just grabbed some screenshots here for you. The top left is a collection of the videos that I have started to play with in terms of creating polls and quizzes and so on based on content. The actual Vizia actually allows you to import a video into its site, and at the moment, it's only supporting YouTube and Vizia videos. I actually tried to import a video from Vimeo the other day, and it wasn't successful. So if you wanted to use this tool, whether you've created your own videos or you wanted to use videos that were freely available and had a Creative Commons license on YouTube, well then you could definitely be using this tool. So on the top right hand corner, I've just got a little screen grab. It's very simple. All you do is you click on new video, up comes a window, you paste the URL of the video that you would like to use, it uploads it into your video portal, and then it allows you to actually start to create your poll. So the middle square here, which is, I used an RSA animate video as a test, which is on growth mindset, and so I've actually created a poll, quiz poll and response interactions to go with the growth mindset video, and the URL for that is in the bottom right of this screen. If you're looking at this this middle slide, which basically captures all the functionality of this tool from your sort of dashboard end. So what happens is you just play the video, and at the bottom as it goes along, you can click on the grey and red bar, and that's where you can then add a quiz, a poll, a response, or a call to action. Now, a call to action is actually encouraging people to click on a link and go and actually vote or sign a petition or so on. So there's a number of interactions here. The other good thing about this tool, well, there's two good things about this tool, is that where it says gate video, you can click on this link to gate your video. And what that means is that for people to view it and interact with it, they need to enter their name and their email address. And that allows you to then identify the responses that people actually have, the responses people actually provided as they engage with your poll and quiz and responses throughout your video. And if you actually connect to Vizio using your Google account, it will automatically populate all of the responses to your interactive video into a spreadsheet where it includes all of the different quiz and poll questions, and then it actually populates the responses. So in this bottom left-hand slide, you'll see where I was just doing a test the other day of trialing the growth mindset video, and that's populated it for you. So applications, I actually think this is a really easy tool to support a flipped classroom approach. I think if you were actually using something like this before you actually came into a lecture with your students, you'd have a better sense of how they've actually engaged with some of the concepts that you might have presented in a video. I think there's lots of scope in terms of having guest video lectures, interviews with the profession, demonstrations, performances, debates, field trips. And with each of these, you can easily insert questions, polls, and open response comments for students to provide feedback. I think it's a great way to create some e-resources to support exam preparation. It provides you embed code, so you can embed it into your I2 sites as well as other sorts of sites. And from a student perspective, I think there's lots of applications here for students to be recording their own work, whether they're group tasks or they're on prac, and they have some video footage of themselves where they actually then go through and actually identify parts of the prac experience where they'd like to get feedback from their peers or their lecturer on how else they may have been able to, say, deal with a situation. So I think it's a really powerful tool for both academics and students to be using, and it's freely available. So I've identified the three main elements that I think that this tool really supports in terms of the OLM elements of e-assessment. Certainly encourage interaction between students, and then there's the analytics side as well with flexible and adaptive learning.